Monday Live with Victory Maxine. Good morning, amazing entrepreneurs. If you are listening to me, please go to the comment and tell me where you're listening from. Happy New Month, everybody. Welcome to September. Yes, this is almost, I think, the last quarter of the year, right? September, October, November, and then December, right? And by God's grace, we have been organizing business masterclasses every Monday. I title it Monday Live. Right, every Monday I come to teach about entrepreneurship, businesses, branding, right, and every single thing that makes your business a success. This morning I'll be teaching a very interesting topic, but before we go into that, tell me where you're listening to me from, whether you're listening to me from Canada, Nigeria, Europe, wherever you're listening to me from. Put that in the comment. I would love to know. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to be speaking to you this morning. So I'll be talking to you about the harsh truth about starting a business that nobody tells you, right? Yeah, I know you have been told to get into a business, start a business, but what are some of the harsh truths? I'm going to share that with you today. Now, one thing you must first know is that we begin to see proof of starting a business online, right? It's now easier to see things right from the comfort of your phone. But there's one reality you must know, that social media doesn't show the hidden struggles of businesses. It only shows the highlight, right? It shows the success. People talk more about the successes of their business, thereby leaving out the struggles out of it. So I I advise entrepreneurs like yourself not to start a business because of what they see doing for others. So they don't have a why for starting a business. You just jump into a business because you see your friend, right, or you see your role model doing well in it, and you feel you do well in it, and that was maybe your desire to start, and then you jump right in. And in the first 3 months, nobody knows you. In the first 3 months, you're not seeing the profit they were supposedly showing. And then you feel this thing is a scam. I know a lot of persons who got into affiliate marketing, for an example. Affiliate marketing is a business model, or network marketing. They did definitely because of the result of others. And when they got into it because of the result of others, they went back after 1 month. I remember teaching about what affiliate marketers can do to people that they are bringing into their business. I advised and told them to help these people get results at least in the first 30 days. And the reason why I give that advice is this. I give that advice because if these people doesn't get results in the first 30 days, they assume that the business is not working, whereas it is not true. What happened is they didn't make the business work. So many people go into a business thinking that the business should just work because it is a business. So people think that people should naturally buy from them because they have just started selling. People think that, oh, the moment I learn a new skill, money will start coming out of it without promoting it. So many people don't know marketing, but they know graphic design. You see that? Right. So a lot of persons just talk about the highlights and they don't talk about the hidden struggles that you must know. And entrepreneurship is less about flexing and is more about sacrifice. I guarantee you, especially when you go into entrepreneurship with employing people, what would happen to you is that in the first at least 1 year, you will likely not be paying you, you'll be paying other people. Yeah. That is exactly what's going to happen to you in the first 1 year. You'll likely be paying others. You will not be paying you. And that happens when you get into entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not about the cars you see on the internet. Rather, it's posted. I guarantee you did not ask those people how long they were in business to buy those cars. I teach sales, right? And the cars is the reason why you might want to start their business, because it's more like a testimonial or personal result. It gets you to believe these people the more. But if that exactly is why you started the business, you have lost out, because that same person who wants you to believe him or his business the more has gone through struggles. So understand that Entrepreneurship is not about flexing. Entrepreneurship is more about sacrifice. There is a lot you would have to put down for the success of your business. Let's say you want to start a communication business. It means you have got to communicate every single day. I guarantee you that it is hard to show up. But then it must be done. That's sacrifice. Entrepreneurship is not about, oh, I go to Maldives, I'm here in the US, I'm touring around. Money, that's not entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is deep. All right. Entrepreneurship is about sacrifice. Now, let me share some truth with you that you should know. The truth is this: you won't make money immediately. That's the truth about this. You won't make money immediately, right? Businesses takes time to gain traction. Yeah, businesses take time to gain traction. So this is exactly what will likely happen. You might work between 3 to 6 months without real profit. Yeah, without real profit for the first 3 to 6 months, for the first 90 to 180 days, you are working without real profit. It's as if you are doing a lot of work and you're not getting results. You've heard the statement, monkey they walk, babu they chop. So now imagine you started entrepreneurship with the mindset, of course, of employing people, which is an amazing one. But imagine you employed people. You have this staff here, that staff there, that staff here, that staff there. That exactly will be the reality of monkey they walk and babu they chop. Because now you would likely be almost doing all the work to make your business a success. But you now discover at the end of the month that you're passing money here, you're passing money there, you're giving out money here, you're giving out money there. And before you know, guess what? You're going on with no money. I know of a lot of entrepreneurs who didn't pay themselves, at least in the first 1 to 5 years. There was no pay for themselves. Imagine working and paying others. Or imagine running a business. All right, let me put it as that. Imagine running a business and paying others. It's crazy, but this is exactly what is done, or this is exactly what entrepreneurs do. All right, it is not what you think, it's not what you feel, it's not how you see it, it's not how it is shown to you. It is more about sacrifice. It takes time. You won't likely make money immediately. So you don't jump into a business because you want to make money. That's not the idea. Eventually, in the long run, business is all about making money. Yes, it's all about profit, getting into something for profit. But the truth is, in the first 3 to 6 months, you likely not make that money, right? It will all be all about sacrifice. It will be about putting things in place. It will be about getting to know what exactly the market wants. You find all of these things and you get to do it right. If not done right, you will not be paid. All right. So understanding that it takes that amount of time, what do you then do? You come to business the right way. There's something called the right way. The right way is not what you think, right? Number of persons jump into entrepreneurship with what they think. So you go to school, you want a degree. Let's say you want to study medicine. You don't go to school, or you don't jump into the medical profession just guessing what medicine is about. You go to a medical school, right? You take JAM and you apply for medicine. Luckily, you gain the admission. You start. You're in year 1, year 2. You've got professional exams. You take courses, you take classes, late night, reading at night, and you do all of that. And you eventually become a doctor, maybe after 7 years. But then I see people come into entrepreneurship of any sort. They come into entrepreneurship just because someone is into entrepreneurship. And boom, they expect to succeed. With which knowledge? With which tenacity? Of course, you get the tenacity when you start building something, right? And in that thing, it's just like you never became a medical doctor just by being in year 1 or just by entering school. You became a medical doctor by going through these different qualifications in years. And I give this example over time. I say that when you were given the privilege to study medicine, you didn't just go sit at home assuming that, oh, I've now been given the privilege to study medicine. And it takes 7 years to study medicine. So since it takes 7 years, I'll just sit in my house and wait till 7 years. After 7 years, I'll go back to the medical school and ask them for my certificate. It's not done that way, my friend. You'd have to go to school again and again and again. I liken this to a businessman who thinks, because when you come to business, there is something that says a number of professionals have worked businesses, and they say you might struggle at least in the first 5 years, but if after 5 years you are expected to gain massive traction. Yes, that is true only, but it's conditional. All right, it is true conditionally, and I'll explain how that is. It is true only to people who put in the work. Just like you will never get a medical degree if you don't go to a medical school, you would also not get results in your business when you don't put in the work in this number of years. So that statement of after 5 years you're expected to succeed in business is conditional. If you do not put in the work, you will likely not see result. So result is only going to come to someone who is putting in the work, dedicating the work day after day. And that's it about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, remember, like I said, it's about sacrifice. It's not about flexing. It's not about every single day you're on Maldives. That, my God. In fact, for you to be on Maldives, there's got to be a lot of work you've got to put in to make this work. All right. So another truth you must know is that passion is not enough. A lot of persons are passionate. Oh, they jump in just because of passion. I'm passionate about music. Amazing for you, but passion is helpful for entrepreneurship, but you do not need only passion to drive your entrepreneurship or to drive into entrepreneurship. I'll tell you what you need. You need skills. If you want to win at entrepreneurship, you need skills. You do not just need skills, you need strategy. You need skills, not just passion. You need skills, you need strategy, and you need discipline. This exactly will help you thrive in entrepreneurship. Skills, strategy, and discipline. Now, why skills? Skills that are relevant with time. And I think this is why entrepreneurs employ people. And when they're employing people, when I teach about employing people structure, I teach you not to employ people based on how you feel. Oh, they're my friends. No, we employ people that have a requirement, certain skills. All right. So you employ skills or you have skills. You can do business in two ways. All right, you can run your business in two ways. But if you run entrepreneurship, you would likely do the second way. So let me tell you the first way. You can do the work all by yourself. Have you not found an entrepreneur? They call themselves freelancer. They know graphic design. They know video editing. They know how to run ads. They know how to sell. So they are doing almost every single thing. But there's a part of entrepreneurship when you delegate these things, when you get people to do it for you. Now it's much easier. You cannot just only get people to do it for you. You can get systems to do it for you, thereby bringing in automations. So when you bring in automations into your business, it can replace the work of people, right? So you can schedule, maybe if you are using social media as a platform to grow your business, you can schedule your post instead of hiring a social media manager to post for you every day. Okay, just create your post for 30 days and schedule this post. That way you're using automations to scale your business, right? You are thinking like an entrepreneur. But if you're not someone who is not thinking like an entrepreneur, would want to do every single thing themselves. They want to know all the skills. They are here learning this skill and that skill. I'm not discouraging you to be relevant with learning skills, but the truth is you are so limited in yourself. So I used to say this about people who claim to want to be the best. It is not a bad idea to be the best. The truth about it is it might just be limiting you. So rather than being proud about being the best, there are a lot of skills I'm very good at. I'm the best at, but that's not a brag for me. And the reason is I need to get the job done. It is the job that gets the money. Think about 7 200 customers. It's unlikely for you, if you're a graphic designer, you can't serve 200 customers, right? You think it is impossible, but the likes of Upwork does it. Upwork has different graphic designers mounted on it, making that thing achievable, and they charge in thousands of dollars. Upwork just takes up their share. Imagine taking their share from 200%. They are getting more of the job done. That is entrepreneurship. So you want to think like an entrepreneur. So you must understand that first of all, you need skills. Then the next thing you need is strategy. Now, how does strategy help you? I'm going to share with you. Strategy helps you in the sense that strategy is how you get to success, is a roadmap to success. Many people have no roadmap to success. Many people are just doing things because others are doing it. That's not a good reason to start a business. If you go into a business because others are in business, you'll be losing in business. So you don't go into a business because your friend is in business or your family is in business. You don't go into that. You go into a business because you have a strategy, or you plan to keep up with new strategies over time. So strategies are more like roadmap, right? Think of armies going to a war. They have these blueprints, they have this map that guides them. They don't say what you say. They don't say, don't worry, when we get there, we'll find the way. No, they don't do that. They draw a strategy, they map a strategy. Because now the thing is this: if you do not have a strategy, you become an easy target, or you become the victim eventually. So imagine soldiers of a country going to an unknown destination, but they know that they are wrong people here and they need to take off those people, and they have no guide in that area. Don't you think they'll become the victim? Of course. They would easily shoot at them. There'll be no protection because they don't even know the area. So they have got to be a study of the area. All right. That exactly is aligned in your strategy. So you must have a strategy. Until you can come up with a strategy, you will be losing deals, you'll be losing businesses, you'll be frustrated. All right. So a strategy, and then you must be disciplined. What is discipline? In discipline is consistency. You have got to be consistent. You have got to show up. I used to say discipline or consistency is better than strategy. And here's why. It's not that strategy are not, because I told you, of course, you need strategies. But here's exactly why I feel consistency is better than strategy. I feel that way because strategies are helpless. Strategies are just more like roadmap written in paper, and they can't do anything themselves. It is consistency that makes these strategies work. So you have got a strategy to sell to 2,000 people. Now, you try that strategy on the first day, and it seemed to bring you a tricket of sales, small sales, and you stop that strategy. Remember, the goal was 2,000, or the goal is 2,000, and you only sold on the first day, and maybe you sold to maybe 20 people. Remember, you have a goal for bringing in 2,000 people. It is consistency that will make 2,000 happen, not the strategy, because the strategy is correct. The strategy is working. The strategy has made you have 20 out of 2,000. So it shows that the strategy is good. But then you bring in consistency, you bring in discipline on your strategy. That exactly is what will make the strategy to eventually work. This is why I summarized. This is why I concluded that consistency is better than strategy. All right. So you need skills, you need strategy, and then you need discipline. What happens to passion? Now, why I will not discourage you about passion is that passion will fuel you. Passion will give you the reason to show up, right? So you love doing something, passion will be that drive that helps you to say, come on, show up, be up doing stuff. Passion will give you that energy, that vibe, that ability to show up. But it doesn't end there. You do not only need passion to show up. Now, here's exactly what you need. Passion will fuel you. All right. But systems will sustain you. Let me say that again. Passion will fuel you. Your passion is more of your drive. I'm doing this because of this. I'm passionate about it. I love this. Amazing. Passion will fuel you, will strengthen you, but systems will sustain you. Systems that, let's say you are fixing a system that pays your bills. You have got to pay rent, you have got to pay your children's school fees, you have got to pay your staffs, you have got to feed. Passion won't feed you. Systems is what will sustain you. Systems will pay all these bills. That's why we set up structures as entrepreneurs. We set up systems and structures. These systems or structures will sustain you in the long run. Now, I believe you've heard a lot of persons say capital is the problem. And that's wrong. Capital is not the problem, because I realize that it is not money many times that a number of entrepreneurs, especially those who are starting out, need. You do not need money to start a business. Let me say that again. You don't need money to start a business. What then do you need to start a business? You need customers. Yes, that's what you need to start a business. You need customers to start a business. You need people interested in your product to start a business. So entrepreneurs are advised, start on a low scale and use money to grow. But you want to start with money, waste the money in the start, and then you are out of business. So that should not be you. Many businesses fail with money in hand. Excuse me. Many businesses fail with or fall with money in hand, but no direction. I need you to understand that money is not direction. Yeah, you can have money, and just because you want to make your business work, you have no required knowledge for it, you are wasting the money. So you think the money should be here, you put the money there, it gets wasted. You think the money should be there, you put the money there, it gets wasted. Understand that you do not use money to start the business. All right. Sometimes you might need to start your business with asking for direction. All right. You need direction. You need guidance. You need strategies. So many businesses fail with money in hand, but no direction. What then do? You become creative. Creativity and execution often matter more than funding. I see businesses start and then they are looking for investors. And God knows, when did you start? Why do you need an investor? So when you start a business, you shouldn't go about chasing investors. And in fact, it's more easier to run a business today. You don't need a local shop anymore. Start your business, come online, promote it, and boom, you're in the world, right? You are in a global village. You're speaking to the globe. You're not just speaking to your country of residence. You're speaking to different multiple countries. Now, creativity is what you need, especially when you are operating on the internet. You need creativity because we are currently in what we call the attention economy, right? And the way to win in the attention economy is through your creativity. Through your creativity. Your Facebook posts can blow up without you running ads to it. And that would happen through your creativity. So that's what you need to start a business right now. And not just creativity, you also need execution. This thing matters more than funding. Now, there are things that brings money. Creativity can bring you money. Execution, making do with what you have. Now, you do not have money, but you are outsourcing customers either through your social media posts or your creative ideas. You're using that to source customers. Imagine turning your customers into money. So you do not have money to start a business. So let me give you an example for a moment. Head of people who give pre-order. This person sell on pre-order with people's money. So they got into a business. Maybe it's thriftwares, right? Or maybe it's things people cannot find around them. So they want to buy it cheap. So think of someone gathering other people's money to run a pre-order business. Now, when they do that, what exactly is going to happen to them? Very simple. Here's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to make use of this money that was given to them, make use of this money that was given to them to scale that business. Many of them do not have money. They gather from customers. So it is using your customers to make more money for your business. So this is one of the reasons you don't need money to start a business. You need creativity. You need execution. Let me add, you need sales. You need to sell. So imagine that you already have started making money, even not having money to start. Let's say you, in some business, some persons will say they need about $10,000 to start their business. It's not true. You need customers to start your business. You don't need $10,000 to start your business. You need customers to start your business. You need clarity to start your business. You need direction to start your business. You need creativity. You need execution. Because customers or money now in your business will not change your execution rate. Yes, it will not change the fact that you are lazy. It will not change the fact that you don't like to show up. Yes, money doesn't change your habits. Let me say that again. Money doesn't change habits. I used to tell people, and I would say to you, if you are lazy, you are lazy. Money would just amplify your habits. It won't change it. So you have been a lazy person, and all of a sudden you feel that, oh, one day when I get it, when I ask people, why are you not creating content? They say it's the phone. These people have not appeared before a camera. They are not testing their skills. They have not even gotten their skills. They are placing it, the phone. Eventually, the phone will come, and you realize about these people that when the phone comes, guess what's happening? The phone is a waste. They have seen that, oh, it's now on me. All right? Because the phone will not skill you up. Yes. The phone will never skill you up. It is the discipline you have put on yourself or posed on yourself that will skill you up. What you seek to learn, not the phone. The phone is always an inanimate object, cannot move until you move it. So you have got to skill up before you gadget up. Let me say that again. You have got to skill up before you gadget up. I know you need that gadget. Amazing. I know you need that tool in your business. Amazing. But do you have the required knowledge? Skill up before you gadget up. Now, another truth you must understand is that customers don't care about you. What do they care about? They care about their problems being solved. So people go into a business, and in that business, they are desperately talking about them. They are only about them. And this is what I love. This is what I'm interested in. This is why I got into business. Amazing. But customers don't care about you. People even share of what they have suffered. It took me 2 years to come up with this. We don't care. Your customers do not care. So, in essence, or what then do your customers care about themselves? They care about themselves. They care about their problems being solved. People hate problem. People hate pain. So they look forward to solving that. Now, businesses is equals to value exchange and not emotion. Oh, I have not eaten since morning. I don't care. And your customers too don't care. Oh, I've been in business for 7 years. We don't care. We are concerned about our problems being solved. So you don't go into a business because you think people are going to care about you. You're not. This is not a church. This is business. This is not an NGO. This is business. This is not an orphanage home. This is business, right? If you are going into a business, go for the right reasons. Understand that you're not there to be pampered. You're not there to be spoiled. You are there for business. And when you are there, if you want a business, you must offer value. You must offer value. You must exchange value and not emotion. So people come to business and then they are cold. Think about me. It's not thinking about you now. It's thinking about the customer. All right. Now, this is one truth I must share with you, that failure is part of the journey. We don't talk about failure so much, but understand that if you would win in entrepreneurship, you must fail. Yes, you must fail. Now, why do people hate failure? Simple. I tell you, people do not like to talk about failure. They shy away from it, you know. And what they do not realize is that failure is part of the journey. Failure is more like the process. Yes, you would fail, my friend. I need to say to you, you will fail. You try a thing, you think it will blow up, it will fail. But do you realize that many of these businesses you admire failed? They were products they wanted to launch and thought it would be massive, and it failed. Elon Musk, for an example, has failed a number of times. I remember when he was launching his rocket, it takes multi-millions of dollars to do that. He failed. He got on it again because he believed on the project. He failed again at it, got on it again. So you fail. Understand that you will fail. Understand that you will lose money. In business, business is all about you will lose money. All right. But I advise that you curtail how you lose money so that you don't lose hope in running your business. All right. You lose money. Also, you lose friends. Because when you begin a business, you become more serious. You want the business to succeed. You will not have that time, especially when you're starting out, right? If you're going the part of entrepreneurship, like in the first 5 years, you'll not have the time you had just as a normal person. Now, remember, I shared this that it's all about entrepreneurship is all about sacrifice. So when you start a business, you're serving a number of persons. You are thinking, how do we increase this? How do we increase that? Imagine when you're getting influx of customers. My God, you are thinking of how to manage them, how to meet up with their needs. Because of course you want their money, then you have to meet up with their needs. You complain about MTN when they have bad network, all right? That's entrepreneurship. So the more people complain, the more solutions they should be looking to provide. Oh, what do we do here? Do we need to increase this? Do we need to increase that? Because more complaints is also more money. More complaints equals more money. So you will lose friends and you will make mistakes. Understand that failure is part of the journey. Failure is like your tuition. Failure is your school fees for entrepreneurship. Failure is your school fees. Failure is tuition you pay for entrepreneurship. Yes. Entrepreneurship is not done in classes. Just like you went to medical school and you sat in class almost all through till you got to maybe you were going for practicals. Amazing. But here in entrepreneurship, you don't sit down in class forever. Your class, in fact, is not the one that is done in schools. Your class is the one that is done in the marketplace. So, failure, as you continuously fail, you discover that people who have failed give better advices because they have experienced failure. So, when you experience failure, that's your school fees for entrepreneurship. That's you paying your tuition fee. All right. So, and the thing about business is you continue to pay to the end. Yeah, you continue to pay to the end. So you keep learning, you keep growing. New technologies come. Sometimes they want to take you off the market because you're an entrepreneur. You come back, you bounce back into the market, and you keep failing and you keep growing. Right? Failure is your tuition. Failure is your school fees for entrepreneurship. I need to break this to you. It is lonely at the top. You know, it's lonely at the start. It's lonely at the beginning. Yes, so your friends may not understand. They won't. They won't understand. When you go into entrepreneurship, go with the mindset that you lose friends. Yes, especially people who doesn't do the same thing with you. You look proud to some people. It's the truth. You look proud to some people, right? Failure, friends may not understand, family may doubt you, you know. And for example, if you have nobody in your family who has done the business before, they are going to doubt you because the way they know is just through jobs. All right. They only know jobs. All right. So they know the way of a job. They know the way that, oh, you get a job and then you get security, you get insurance. That's the path they know. They don't know the part of staying in business. They don't understand the part of working a business. They don't know they feel that I think I heard a story of someone who shared that she wrote they asked she wanted to rent a house and then she wrote entrepreneur. She wrote entrepreneur and the landlord rejected them. The reason is this: the landlord rejected them because they feel that entrepreneurs are unstable in their income. So they prefer to give the house to a salary earner because salaries and salary earners, their income is predictable, right? So you have got a predictable income as a salary earner. So they would ask, of course, as a salary earner, what's your income rate? So your income rate is between maybe 500K to 1 million. So you have got a predictable income. But a business owner, you feel that when you start a business, on some month with 100,000, on some other month you have 500, on some other month you're with 1 million. But what they do not realize is you have chosen to take risk. Entrepreneurship is risky, so you have chosen to take a risk, right? One of the biggest risks. And now, when you make a choice to take a risk, the truth is there is a lot of benefit in risk taking that the salary earner won't. The salary earner is under your payroll, right? You are paying the salary earner, but what the salary earner does not realize is that you are you have the opportunity to earn more. You you do not have a ceiling over you. So if your business was doing 100,000 naira or 100K in a month, that same business can go on to doing $1 million in a month, right? That same business can go on to doing $10 million. Guess what? Likely the salary earner's income stays the same, but not the business owner. Or maybe slightly different. The salary earner is possibly earning 500,000. Maybe because of inflation, the boss tries to change up things, and then they just had maybe 50,000 or 100,000 to his income. It's almost within the same range. But guess what happens to the entrepreneur? There is no ceiling. There is no ceiling. There's a break forth. So this guy can go on to do anything he wants to do. Right? That's exactly what happens in entrepreneurship. So when family doubts you, understand that they are doing that because many times they do that because they want to secure you. And one thing you must know is that don't allow somebody to be so concerned about you that they stop you from achieving your dreams. These people have not done this thing before, but then they would advise you against that thing because they don't even know the thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? They will advise you against something because they do not know the thing. It's not a sure part they know. It's not the part they are used to. So when you start a business, understand a family without you. That's where you even get the most discouragement from. I remember starting entrepreneurship as a network marketer. Well, I was told right from the company that I would get discouraged. So when I got home, I was like, "So you guys know about this, right?" So I assume, oh wow, this company knows. Of course, I saw almost 1,000 people in the company. So this feedback from here, that feedback from there, that feedback from there, has given them, oh, you would likely get the most discouragement from your family. Yes. So when you choose a business instead of a job, when you choose entrepreneurship instead of normal work or working on a salary, you likely get discouraged by family. So it's lonely at the start. It's lonely at the start. But then your vision, another thing you need to understand is your vision won't always be celebrated early. Visions are achievable, but they are many times only you see where you are going to. And the people discouraging you doesn't see it. And you may likely not be able to explain it well to them. Of course, especially when you're dealing with family members, these people have seen you finish. they see you every day, so they assume, can any good thing come out of Nazareth? And then there was a come and see the works he's doing. You know, can any good thing come out of you? For people who have always seen you, so you likely not get the best support from them. But let me direct you. Here is exactly what you can do. You can build a community, or you can join a community. Join a community of entrepreneurs. So that's how not to be lonely. All right. So it's likely lonely at the start when you're around friends and families. Then find a thriving community of entrepreneurs, people who have been there. Find a mentor, find a coach, find a guide. All right. So consistency beats talent. I think I taught you about that, where I use consistency beats strategy. Now, it is not the smartest that win, it's the most consistent. I told you that strategy is what you employ. Strategy is what gets people to success. Of course, you have a roadmap and then you became successful at it. Because the roadmap, of course, is a clear way to success. But the roadmap can't do anything itself, right? So you're smart and you have a strategy or you have a talent. Now, just take an example of this is Ronaldo and Messi. One looks more talented and the other one looks like he's putting in the work. Messi is more football talented, but at the same time, you see that apart from his talent, he still puts in the work. So just think about it for a moment that it just depends on his talent. You will likely not know him, or you will not compare him as one of the world best. That exactly is why you can't just depend on talent. The reason why you will likely fail is you are talent dependent. So when you become talent dependent, you are likely to fail. All right. So you are instead more concerned about your work ethic. You are instead more concerned about your consistency. So you have got a strategy, it won't do anything, my friend. You have got an idea, the best idea in the world, it will not do anything. So you have got to not just bring in talent. All right. You have got to come up with consistency. Hit consistency with your talent and see if you will not fly. Showing up daily would outpace raw intelligence. I've seen many intelligent people or lazy people. They are intelligent, but they are lazy. They are intelligent, but they are cowards. They can't face fear. They can't outdo what people do. They feel that their intelligence should announce them. No, my friend, it doesn't happen that way. So you must learn to show up, just like the Monday Live we do every Monday. It takes me a lot to show up, especially by this time. I think this is to 6. All right, this is 5:37 a.m. Nigerian time. It takes me a lot to show up. I've got to be up at least at most by 4 a.m. or before 4 a.m. because I get to do something before showing up live. Now, I get up at that time. Sometimes I can be on the bed and pace on the bed. I'm like, should we go again today? I'm thinking about, should we go again today? Should I not? Happens like that. But think about it, if every single time I am thinking, should we go again today? And I'm saying no. And I'm also doing the no. Because that's exactly what many people do. So you don't put out content. You are supposed to put out a video today, and your excuse is, don't worry, next week I'll do it. Every week it is next week. Every week it is next week. Eventually, your business will not happen. And remember, just like I said that length of years will not make your dream happen. So you were supposed to get a medical degree after 7 years, all right? You were supposed to be inducted as a medical doctor. You're supposed to get the certificate. So you stayed in your house. You now showed up after 7 years. Oh God, nobody will give you that certificate. We would only give you the certificate because you showed up in class, you wrote your note, you were in the laboratory, you were in all classes, you wrote all professional exams. Same thing with entrepreneurship. You don't say, oh, it's 5 years. I had one entrepreneur, one known entrepreneur say that it takes 5 years to break forth in your business. You won't break forth. Yes. All right. So you have got to show up daily. Showing up daily will outpace raw intelligence. Let's wrap up here. Let's call it a wrap here. And I have got to say this to you, that entrepreneurship is not easy. No. Entrepreneurship is not easy, but entrepreneurship is worth it. It's not easy, but it is worth it. Ask. All right. So you have got to ask when you get or venture into entrepreneurship. Ask questions when you venture into entrepreneurship. Remember, I gave you the idea of joining a community. Yes, join a community. So ask questions, get mentors, get a coach, right? Go to the school of entrepreneurship, and you have the privilege of information on the internet today like water. All right, get informations like that, and that will be helpful to you. So I'm asking you today to, what truth about business hit you hardest today? Tell me in the comment below. What truth about business hit you hardest today? And here's my encouragement to you: start small. Remember what I said about money? You don't need money to start a business. So start small, stay consistent. It is this part of consistency that will make you win. I think a number of persons start, but they don't stay consistent. So start small, stay consistent, and be ready for this journey. Be ready for the journey of entrepreneurship. I'll see you next Monday again. Of course, you know that we go live every single week. That's Monday precisely. And we talk about business, entrepreneurship, and a whole lot. Tell me what topic you want me to talk about next week, and I might be willing to do a live session on that. See you next week. Bye bye for now. Yes, remember to like, remember to subscribe, and remember to comment. If you're listening on YouTube, amazing. If you're listening on Facebook, great for you. Follow us. Follow me on Victory Maxim on all my channels. My name is Victory Maxim on all my channels. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, name it. Whatever platform you're on, I am there, and I put out content every single day for you. Right? Follow me on all these platforms, and I'll be talking to you every day about this. Right? I'll see you next week. Keep winning, keep engaging, keep thriving. I celebrate you. You are great. Bye bye for now. Bye.